Welcome to a little replay cast. USF versus Deck. I've gone Special Operations Commander. Got the Weasel out early. I haven't played this map much. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's got a lot of buildings around the middle, which makes it quite different from some of the others.
Vehicle has captured the sector. Commander, barracks is ready for use.
So we've got this scout group camping at the bottom because they're not very good at fighting. We've got the Weasel capping the fuel here. This fuel is worth a little bit more than this one. This is plus 10, this is plus 5, this is plus 5. So this one in the middle is most important.
We have vehicles ready to be dispatched to the front.
We're getting some munitions here. Once that's done and we're in our territory, we can upgrade the MG on the Weasel. He's got a little vehicle here. What's he got? Got the motorcycle team. He's capped his fuel and he's moving to the other fuel. Seems to be going for Panzer Grenadiers. This is main infantry here. We've still got the scouts capping up here. And we got our first rifleman off to the right to go and start capping over here. No one's gone for this middle VP, which is interesting. First engagement, motorbike against the rifleman. The rifleman will win that. That's why he's running away. And here we got the scouts pushing up into the cover, and the Weasel coming to help them. Come from here, get a better angle on them. Should force them to retreat. There we go. Now our scouts can cap that. And we're going to get the other VP on the right with the rifleman, hopefully. Second rifleman squad pushing towards the middle. He's now capping that VP with the Panzer Grenadiers and the motorbike. This thing is very quick. Makes it really hard to kill. Even if you micro it a bit bad, as long as you don't get too deep into enemy territory, you should be okay. Getting into heavy cover here against these two squads just to slow it down a bit, so I can hopefully get either some more capping done outside or some other unit to come and help, because this is not a great engagement. And right now these riflemen are getting massacred. We got the Weasel coming across to harass these two, and we're just trying to cap his fuel here. Rifleman squad into the building. Can shoot from these windows here. These scouts die very quickly. Just forgotten about mistake there, and they're gone. Weasel's under a lot of pressure here as well. That almost goes down. That probably would have been basically game over to lose to an early squad and an early vehicle. But these guys are retreating now. Captain out. This needs to heal up. Rifleman cap in the middle. And the captain not really doing much on the left here. Needs to get going, start doing some bits and pieces.
A victory point has fallen into enemy control. We've lost control of a sector.
Floating a bit of extra manpower here just so I can get some upgrades and stuff. Got bars coming now.
to our
So the
rifle.
two rifleman squads have now got bars, going for the munition surplus so that they can use their abilities quicker, and the upgrades cost 50% less, so cheaper second bars.
Incoming.
Got an MG and a mortar from the Weasel, because we're going to need that with this heavy cover and stuff here. This flamer is a bit of a problem though, and he's also gone for an MG, which makes sense because it helps to hold down this middle bit where there's all the vehicles. And the mortar is the perfect counter for his MG.
We're losing it.
Suppressing those ones in the middle. What's he got here? So these should be double bar nearly. Yep, double bars now. And this should make quick work of that motorcycle team. Just get the kill there. The MG just gets pushed off by this flamer team because they absolutely destroy people in buildings. And the mortar's going to get pushed off as well. So he has got a half track here with an anti-tank infantry squad. Make quick work of any light vehicles, certainly this Weasel.
We must act. Cover up on his position.
Got a demolitions package here.
A victory point is under enemy control now.
Double bars kind of shred the light carrier. And we're getting the anti-tank mines down, the M6 heavy anti-tank mine.
For the front line.
Quite a bit of fierce fighting here in the middle. Just throwing a grenade, so we jump out, and then jump back in. The building's getting a bit low on health, but should be fine. And the Weasel here coming in just to back up. A couple of decent mortar shots there. It's halfway to Vet 1. Gets its abilities then, which are okay. Nothing super great, but give it a bit more versatility. A few more options.
We're losing a territory point.
We've got another mine going down here, right in the middle, which is perfect. The Weasel's still out harassing, hurting his infantry. And he has got a couple of LG-40 light tanks coming out here. Get spotting scopes and flamers on those, seemingly.
You have command points ready to spend. Territory lost. Contact with the enemy. Flares will
Right,
up
the
battlefield at your command.
commandos are ready to come out now. These guys have got pour it on them, doing suppression. That's why they got suppressed briefly. And they've got nades now as well. So some good damage there. Unfortunately, there's not much to do about these little light tanks at the moment. The riflemen do have AT grenades. Obviously, there's the mines down, and the commandos have got their bazooka. But no real hard counter, just a few bits to slow them down at the moment. Going around here just to bait them in to try and get at least one kill on the tanks. Fortunately, that was completely destroyed. And he backs the other one off a bit. Which is a shame because the bazookas were coming at that point. But we've still got a couple of VPs here. This squad still capping up here. He's just got this little hold on the middle. So we've got another mine there, and they're going back to heal. And these guys just have to run because they can't do anything. The captain can't do anything against the vehicles. All we really have is this bazooka squad that's mobile to do anything, but this is very quick. You just keep skipping it on from left to right, and then just use the infantry to kill the bazooka squad. And they're going to have to go back now. They've only got 5 models left and they're about a quarter of their health. The mortar's back out, putting a few hits in. He is already down to less than 300 VPs. Unfortunately, he can quite easily deal with this machine gun because it has no anti-tank support, and that mine, that grenade, sorry, did a lot of damage. It just forced back the mortar as well, just to protect it, because otherwise it would just get decrewed and stolen, which nobody wants. So he's got a big hold on the middle here. He's got this flamer upgrade now for this tank, which makes it pretty powerful. Still 2 VPs to 1, which is causing the drain. It doesn't have much armor this, because it just lost loads just to that one anti-tank thing. But it's just going to go back and heal. These guys are getting pushed off here. 2 SSF squads now, and the captain to a bit of backup. Mortar's ready to go, nearly. And what's this got? Engine damage, is it? I think. Yeah, so it's got a damaged engine.
Enemy movement near a victory point. Location captured.
So there's another mine, hopefully going down here.
They've captured a victory point.
So generally just mining off this middle bit here in case any tanks push through. Try for a flank, something like that. Hedging our bets here with the 2 bazooka squads together to try and get a kill on one of these light vehicles.
Ever laid one of these before?
With any luck, another mine over here.
We have infantry standing by, Commander.
Try to decap the fuel, but he pushes up, and with the 2 flamer units and this thing, makes it a little bit difficult to deal with. Because they absolutely wreck that commando unit in the building. They just get out of there in time. There's a mortar that forced them back. Another fight going on up here. Well, he's got 3 units. These things are a nightmare. I think they're a double flamer. Pretty much shred the rifleman. It easily wins those engagements. And this one was coming to help, but there's no point taking on 3 squads with that 1 squad. So he's fully focused on this side at the moment. As all this stuff has been pushed back, it's all damaged. But tank depot's going up. These guys have 4 models when they retreated, and they still get shredded. Look at the range on that. Look at the range. Madness. This thing kills 6 infantry now. That was a problem, because it leaves very little units left. Only 1 rifleman, the captain, a mortar. Mortar's not, you know, that useful. They can't really go and cap with it or anything. So another fight here up on the right. He's pushing 2 squads down to the other side, trying to stretch things a bit. Don't know why he doesn't use the half track, but yeah. So the push to the right where he was, he's just gonna let that happen. Pull out.
Germans are down to 200 points. Keep it up.
some sort of explosion went off here and absolutely destroyed the commandos.
Dig me a hole. I'll prep the mine.
There's another mine going down.
Enemy activity near our munitions point. Mine laid. We're clearing out.
So he's getting very low on VPs now, only 186 left.
Damn it! Territory sector claimed by the
So it
enemy.
won't be too long now until the Sherman is out. Got the mortar firing off again.
Victory point now under enemy control.
There was another mine laid somewhere. Is this one here?
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
And now he's pushing this right hand side. Got the flamer, half track ready.
Finished and ready.
So he's going to try and swipe the mortar there. It's very unprotected due to a very limited amount of units. Because he's had a lot of anti-infantry. This thing is very, very effective. Sherman missed its first shot, which is not very good.
Command points should be spent when possible.
That's looking to get a second hit here to take it out.
Take it back.
And it's gone. These guys threw some sort of 18 aid, got a crew shock, slows it down. They were coming across, but he goes back to his base. And then you've got the Panzer Jaeger squad here that can do a bit of damage to tanks. Certainly you get a couple of them with a bit of support and they can do a fair bit of damage. The half track's down now, but these things are still a problem. Full health against the commandos with the bazookas out is not good. And they get destroyed, they have to run. You got pour it on them now for the rifleman, trying to stop the cap here, and the mortar pushes away the squad that were in the building. So he's got 159 VPs left. Still a few mines up that he hasn't hit. Could definitely be useful later. The captain's just been up capping that right hand side. And the Sherman needs to get healed up as soon as possible. I think something's gone wrong here because these guys were just not healing it to start with. Slowed it down. It's getting healed now. Still several good mines down that could have an impact on the battle. Another one prepared for here. There's really good coverage then, makes it very difficult for him to flank with a vehicle. He's largely retreated to his base just to regroup. He has a tank now with an infantry squad riding on it. And another sort of thing goes off and blows up half this squad. And another one. So he's putting traps or something on these points. Taking a lot of damage to the infantry. Don't know how much it costs, but it's fairly effective in fairness. The Sherman's going to come up here to try and help with this. 18A gone off. Great mortar hit there. They just got promoted wherever they've gone.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
Second Sherman on the field now. These Gestatori are not. They didn't really need to retreat there. Like, they would have easily beaten the captain. The captain, not that great at fighting. It's absolutely fine, but nothing special. His tank's getting healed up. It's taking a couple of hits. And the VPs now just go back into my favour. Another mine going down there. Really nice coverage now. So that, whatever that was, just literally took out a whole commando squad. So I hope it's expensive, because like whatever it was just took out a 440 manpower promoted squad with one hit with no counter. Doesn't seem very legit to me, but what do I know? Sherman's putting in some pretty good work here. Some manpower bleed, pushing these back. The tank's low as well. Decided not to go for the sort of base dive. I think, was it a bazooka? Yeah, bazooka was dropped when the commandos were killed. Another fight here. Panzer Pioneers up against the captain. They should win that with the flamer. It's quite close, and they don't quite. And he's still got 3 models here, so they can just retreat. This should have come out probably, just to help with the manpower and veterancy.
Their lines are holding at 75 points.
70 points left now for the Germans. His tank is healed up, and he's going to go for one last push. He's got everything together. Sherman's healed up now. Mortar's still firing away.
Enemy movement near victory point. You have 3 command points available. Almost there. Germans have 25 points. German tank just
Whatever happened there, it just got destroyed. So this has just used the phosphorus shell on that. Makes it harder for them to see. A couple of bazookas coming in there. A couple more. Commando squad should be able to get out of there, and hopefully the tank can finish it off. This is going to be the end of that. It's Vet 2 as well. Doesn't have much left now, but neither side has huge amounts. Pretty much bled each other out really hard. It's just the mortar that's still on the field. These two are coming back out from the base, trying to get the VP, as he's only got 5 left. So she needs to capture one of these for a short period of time, and it should be game over. He's just got a couple of infantry units coming out. I think these Panzer Grenadier squads are maybe a little bit underwhelming. Don't really seem to be able to compete at all with the double bar riflemen. A decent grenade. Probably should have done more damage in fairness. A second Sherman coming out now. Shame these mines never got triggered, because he never got a good push off. But he's flooding this victory point to try and stop it being kept. Grenade going out. Gets 3 models, not a bad grenade. He's had to go running off. So this Sherman's nearly healed up. This one's now on the field. Push this VP. own mine went off there and damaged the infantry a little bit. There's another Panzer III out, but he just lost another infantry squad. It did just bounce the Sherman shot. Phosphorus grenade from the commandos, bazookas coming out. He has got all 3 VPs right now though, so completely swung it in the opposite direction. And Panzer III is doing well, and these made a few hits as well, but with having to retreat the infantry, he won't be able to take on the commandos with the bazookas with the tank. And that was a mistake, he should have just retreated. And there you go, Sherman finishes that off. This tank has pushed off the Gestatori squad. And the hope is that these guys can cap the middle. And there you go, he calls it a game there. Pretty interesting game, I think, for quite a while, 26 minutes, not bad. Wasn't huge amounts left, pretty fierce battle. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we're going to end the stream there, and thank you for watching.